Video. Yeah, that. See that thing at the bottom there.
Oh, no, I meant timer as in, like, start timer, like I can delay the start.
Oh, I don't know if there's like a stopwatch timer, but...
Oh, well. We're going now.
Oh, there, yes.
Hello. I didn't hear you
come
in.
We didn't hear you come in there. Sorry, I got the Bing Crosby pipe here. I didn't hear you come in there, but he's smoking the finest weed in the Shire. We got around to the Q&A, as we're affectionately labeling it, part 2. We meant to try to live stream this, but I'm
going to have to work on that a bit more.
Yeah, we're live stream novice.
We did finally get the camera working.
Yeah, it took a little bit on that, but Mark wanted to dress up. He got his pipe. We got some nice, refreshing adult beverages. Don't drink, kids. I got whiskey, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's American whiskey.
And he got his pipe and said, "You want a pipe? Screw it." And then he gave me a jacket. We're going to look as dapper as possible, although I look like a 10-year-old wearing his dad's clothes. It is your jacket. But yeah, so it's the same format as before with a twist. We basically decide every Q&A will switch up who's doing the questions. So I'm going to read off. We got about 41 comments. I don't know if every one of these are a question, but we'll basically get through them all because we're not on a phone this time, so we'll be able to just go as long as we want. So let me take a quick little courage juice here.
I have a feeling at some
I feel
point
brave.
I may have to step out and get more.
So question 1 comes from Derp Nerd 114. Question: what would you do?
I like the name.
I do enjoy the name. Some of you guys have great names. Question: what would you do in a Naruto's world during the Third Ninja War? Well, Mark was never really a big fan of Naruto, so I'm guessing I would.
I tried to get into it for a while, and
I can definitely tell you a couple of these are Naruto related.
Fairly decently into the series, and then there was a time jump somewhere. I forget.
Yeah,
they
did a time skip.
Well, I forget why I stopped watching the original one, or like where I left off with that.
I know one of the big issues you had with it because you're big into history is like the whole accuracy of ninjas, and that's not what ninjas do, and all that stuff. I think you had to just come to
when they turned into like teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
I was a little bit more okay with it.
Yeah.
But at that point, they had all.
I like the series. Honestly, I like the series better. Except a lot of people had issues with the final arc, which took place in the third. Sorry, no, the fourth took place in the final arc because I actually watched and read all Naruto.
Was the third one the one that happened before Naruto?
It was the first. Yeah, now that I just realized it. Yeah, I think the third one, and you can correct me in the comments, was the one that happened before the series actually started. So, I guess
I'd be killing bitches.
Assuming we're ninja, yeah, we'd be killing bitches. If we're not, well, we'd be staying out of the bitches' way and hopefully not become the bitches.
I'm gonna kill a bitch.
Don't use knives, kids, unless you have experience. So I guess that's your answer.
I buy them because it gives me something to do, and I like sharp.
I like collecting them too. So when I get a chance, yeah. So again,
actually, there's a question: how come you've never shown your samurai sword collection on?
I have. I've had it on once or twice.
Oh.
Big reason: A, I'm not just showing off my collection. B, they're all just novelties, so none of them are really functioning.
Except for the one I got you.
Yeah. Yes, the one you got me. Yes. That one's not really a samurai sword. It's more of a machete in the style of a wakizashi. But still, yes, that one is functioning.
Kalame.
So yeah, another Naruto-related one, and this is 3 different questions. This one comes to us from Mission Pa Marshall. Again, love the name.
I have to say, I'm pretty sure we're going to have a lot of Naruto questions.
Because I do a lot of Naruto
Because you've done a lot of Naruto.
Yeah, and I do a lot of what-ifs and a lot of Dragon Ball Z related questions, too. Number 1, what tailed beast you most you like? Which one do we like the most? So there were 9 of them there, and I can briefly go over them.
I know 2 of them.
The Shikaku and Ninetales.
I don't know names.
Okay, the Tanuki, the giant sand raccoon.
Yes.
Okay, that one and the Nine-tailed fox. So I guess that's the 2 you got to choose.
Mostly because after they made Gaara a good guy, I was like, eh. But
he still he gets some badass moments later on.
Him.
Yeah. So I guess that'd be your favorite.
Mostly because I think what was for me was seeing him in a bunch of AMVs, and one of them that I distinctly remember was they had Led Zeppelin playing. I think it's Kashmir, where it's like I'm a traveler both time and space. I'm a
traveler both time and
just
space.
as all the dust is swirling around.
Yeah.
It looked good.
Just to let you, I mean, I actually know all of them, so just to go over briefly, quick. There's Shukaku, which is the Tanuki, which is the sand one I guess you're choosing. Obviously, the Ninetales is number 1. Number 2 was the two-tailed. It's a fire demon cat. The third one is a giant turtle.
Was that the one that Naruto is?
No, he's the fox.
Wow.
The third one's a turtle, giant turtle with one eye. The fourth one's named after Goku from Dragon Ball. It's Son Goku, but he's a giant monkey who spits lava, which is pretty cool. The fifth one is a weird one. I'm not joking. It's a dolphin horse, and you'd guess horse looking at it. You would not guess dolphin.
So this sounds like
might be like a Japanese
mistranslation where they were looking at
I swear it's
Kelpie.
Because it might be based off of something. The third one's sixth one is just a slug. The seventh one is a giant beetle, and the eighth one is a octopus boar.
Lots of sea-based ones.
If I were to say among all of them, which I like the most, I'd say it's actually probably Son Goku, because he actually had the most personality, which is the four-tailed ape. You also asked, if you make your own tail beast, what animal would it be based off of, and what nature release, like, say, what elemental nature you could do, like wind, fire, earth, water, or like a mixture, would it have?
All right. So, one that I'm mildly surprised wasn't on the list of stuff that's already in the show, just because it is a trope used a lot and it appears in a lot of mythology and all over the place, is a snake. And I would say earth-based, but if possible with some like weather or like storm, electricity manipulation.
See, I know the reason they didn't do a snake, because later in the series with Orochimaru, I think you remember that character, the pale pedo-looking guy,
I remember
who was big into snakes. He actually turns into essentially the Yamata no Orochi, essentially a version of that, which is like the 8-headed snake creature from Japanese. It kind of turns into a version of that, so I can see why a snake wasn't chosen. Take the snake out. To kind of go with the snake thing, because reptiles are cool, I'd go with a Hydra-esque kind of creature. Instead of making it like the whatever-tailed creature, make it the whatever-head creature to make it kind of like of an offshoot. And I'd probably give it like a lightning or wind ability, because I think that'd be cool. I always thought those were combinations cool. And last, what nature release and Keke Genkai would you have? Essentially, the Keke Genkai's nature releases are Bloodline. There's 5 general nature releases: wind, water, earth, fire, and water.
I'm just going to let you answer this one.
Sure. No problem. I knew there would be questions you would not be able to answer. Or not. You'd be like, have at it.
Now, if they ask any questions about plumbing.
I'll be honest. In terms of like the Keke Genkai, I'll answer it in one go. I'll take the storm release, because the storm release was a combination of water and lightning, which allowed you to make lasers, which was really cool. So that would be one I'd go with. So anyway, Sun Wukong. So yeah, I wanted to get that right. Sun Wukong, which is based off of like Journey to the West. Question: which anime?
Oh, that was the username.
Yep, that was the username.
Oh, cool. I like your name.
Yep. Which anime main character or main cast do you think you could get along with and could actually live with in a realistic way? We both watched enough anime on this, so I mean, that's a thinker. I saw the question, but I really should have thought on it first off.
The problem for me is I have to remember names of anime I've watched.
The easy question is a slice of life anime, but that's not fun. So among like more the fun,
Gunsmith Cats,
Trigun could be cool.
Cowboy Bebop.
I'm trying to think of a couple other ones here. I could probably get along with like the cast of Bleach, I think. At least the main cast. The Shinigami got a lot of sticks up their asses, but are pretty fun.
Sarah's Victoria.
Some of Hellsing. Yeah, you know what? I could chill with Alucard. Even though Alucard's a sadist.
Wait.
And remember,
are we talking?
They're also talking main character. They didn't bring up main character.
No, but what I mean is, are we talking a abridged Alucard
or ultimate?
Or regular Alucard?
Probably both. A bridge Alucard I could probably get along with more because he's just that much more fun. But I imagine I could see myself being on cool ground with a regular Alucard. Just don't get in his way. And Walter until he turned evil.
Trying to think of what other anime.
He'd be cheating even because it's not an anime, but Avatar: The Last Airbender is in an anime style, so I'd say Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Well, I don't know. See, the problem is I have a lot of trouble recalling all the anime I've watched, and there are a good number of characters in them where I'm like, no,
I'd have a hard time.
I could not stand you.
You know what? I could get along with some of Yu Yu Hakusho characters. I think they'd be. Some of them not so like he is just too much of a dick, but.
I want to say Dragon Ball Z, but let's be honest here.
No.
I would pretty much just be Yamcha's sidekick. The
only ones I could get along with Roshi. Roshi's an easy one to get along with, but he's not the main character. But he's part of the cast. I could get along with Piccolo. Piccolo's a cool dude. He's chill. Goku's friendly, but a doofus. Vegeta's too much up his own ass. Chi-Chi, God, no one likes Chi-Chi, which is Goku's wife. Krillin was a cool dude. He got to, hook up with 18, so props on him. So, yeah, I'd say there's a couple in there I could get along. Rurouni Kenshin's another one I could get along with a couple. Who?
D from Vampire Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
See, this is a difficult one for me because I will only watch anime like once in a blue moon.
Yeah, but
I will find something.
You've seen a lot back
I'm a big fan of.
I haven't watched My Hero Academia. I'm gonna start getting into that tomorrow. I'm gonna start picking up the manga and reading that. Here's pretty good.
I could probably
anyone from the Seven Deadly Sins? Just wondering. You're right. One Punch Man. I could get.
I'm sorry.
I could chill inside.
Seven Deadly Sins
is an asshole in their own right.
Either asshole or just annoying trope.
Well, we got to keep moving on. So, Space Dingoes says, I'm really happy that you're growing. My questions are, do you practice the voices that you use? Honestly, not really. I just kind of do them on the fly.
I will on occasion. And it's the kind of thing of just to test my voice and everything like that. Plus, I'm sitting in a truck most of the day. So it's
what else are you going to do to go?
Occasionally, I'll be listening to a podcast or, some video or some crap like that or some song, and I'll respond to it like, "Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Hi, Lord General McCraig. The Lord Corn is coming for you."
So, yeah,
for the blood.
He practices his voices, whatever few voices he does tend to use on the channel a bit. I just kind of go with the flow. It's just voices I can kind of naturally do. You also asked the question, how far ahead are you preparing your videos? I write down I used to be a bit more prepared. I used to write down, when I did Who Won the actual scenario, which maybe I should start getting back into doing. But for the most part, I do write down which videos I'm doing during the week. Like the whole week I got planned out. Other than that, there's not a lot of preparation. When I'm at work waiting to do a video, I'll plan out what if the storyline's going to go. And then I'll try to do the best I remember it. But to be fair, I should be more prepared than what I really am. Okay. Nindeku asks, will you please make a Twitter or some form of social media so your fans can talk to you, or make a Discord? Mark, you're the tech guy. So would you like to elaborate on that?
I have been trying to advocate for this for a little bit. The big thing is that because of my work schedule and a bunch of stuff, I haven't really been able to do much in front of and interacting with anyone involved in the channel.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all been him.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm staggered by how many videos he has put out.
I get at least one out a day.
It's the kind of thing where there are some plans to try and do that.
Yeah,
we need to figure out the best way. And honestly, one thing that's going to have to happen is I use Twitter briefly.
I didn't even know you had a Twitter account.
it was back in college. Like I set up for a class I had in college. So I would need to go back in, reorient myself with everything, and then teach him how to do all of that. And same thing with Discord. So it'll probably happen eventually, but it's just the kind of thing of I need to be reminded. Yeah. To be honest,
we're slow when it comes to the progression of technology. Unfortunately, you're a bit more up on it than I am. You have a tablet, so
I'm trying to. Yeah. I mean, I have my laptop set up here right now. We're trying to do the whole live stream thing, and I can get that set up. Yeah, but it's gonna take some time.
Yeah. Moving on. Sheridan Road asked the question, or says, "Glad to see you growing. Would like to hear your opinion on Sage Mode, abbreviated SM." So that's just for saying in the Naruto series, rapid fire. First off, did you get to the point where Sage Mode was introduced in Naruto?
The snozberries taste like wet paint.
So I'll be answering this question. So 5-parter. Do you think Sage Mode was a good addition to the Naruto universe, or a last-minute alteration that could create many plot holes? I think it was an overall good addition because you needed something at that point. Because when we saw Sasuke take his brother on, we saw how OP Sasuke had kind of become at that point compared to other characters. You needed something for Naruto to level him out. And basically they even said at that point Naruto had surpassed Sasuke. Do you think that this is a there is a non-plot shonen trope reason only Toad summoners or Kabuto can have Sage Mode, when most summon animals have a connection to nature? I think with frogs and snakes, there's some sort of unique connection to nature, particularly with frogs, because amphibians have a different type of understanding. They're more in tune with in balance, because frogs are very sensitive to things like pollution and stuff like that. So I think it actually makes more sense that they would naturally have a better connection to nature than something like the dogs or the cats or whatever other summons you can think of. And snakes, because snakes are cool. 3, if Sage Mode was not part of the canon, or basically didn't exist, what pre-existing in-universe ability would you see, or would you give Jiraiya or Naruto their mid-season power-up, essentially to go past Sage Mode? I probably would have done something like the Inner Gates, them having like a natural, a way to use the Inner Gates that like when Rock Lee fought against Gaara, and I'm sure you remember that part where the kid with the bowl cut fight against Gaara, and had that super like, I was like, yeah, powering out, and then basically kicked Gaara's ass for a bit, and it's like,
I remember when he got fucking wasted.
Oh yeah, against Kimimaro, that was fun. But screw the dub. I really do like Naruto, but screw the dub. They couldn't even call it Saki and Drunken Fist. They said, "Oh, he drank my elixir, and he's a master of the Loopy Fist." Screw you. Yeah,
Is that one of those series where there's possibly multiple dubs, some unofficial?
Maybe.
Because maybe I was watching the subs, but I distinctly remember them calling it Drunken Fist. And I could have sworn
that might have been an early dub.
I was listening to the dubs, like the dub version.
It could have been. You could have been listening to it.
They may have gone back and changed.
Funimation, I think, was one of the big proponents of it. And Funimation's known for some serious.
It's one of those things where I know that, like, if you look at Rurouni Kenshin, if you look at that, there is an earlier English dub where everything's pretty good.
Yep.
And then there's the Funimation
Samurai X
one where
that's bad. That hurts a little bit. Yeah. Let's see here. How would you elaborate on Sage Mode's canon vagueness to match the well-established chakra mechanics of other ninja techniques? I'll be straight out honest. I have no idea what you're asking from me from that. I'm guessing because Sage Mode deals with like the natural and world chakra, like the chakra that comes from nature itself, as opposed to like inner chakra and stuff like that. The vagueness of it, honestly, I actually thought they explained it pretty well. So I don't know. And then bonus question, bonus Itachi. His skills don't follow his standard chakra mechanics. Do you think he had another Kekkei Genkai that made him OP? even by Sean Gunn standards. No, I just think he was naturally gifted. So, moving on. What are the future what-ifs you were planning to do, or you're planning on doing? Let me put it this way. I can't answer that because I don't have the notebook with me. I have hundreds of what-if suggestions. So, I have from what if Goku was a girl, to what if Naruto was a girl.
How many of them are ones I've suggested?
I don't think you've suggested any what-if scenarios to me. You suggested some versus scenarios. I don't think you've ever suggested a what-if scenario.
Anyway, here's one now. What if Alfred became Batman?
Well, I'd have to work out a scenario where he became Batman. So my version of it, because I'm not going to do it right here now, the quick and easy of it, for him to become Batman, both Bruce's parents and Bruce would have had to have died in the alley, and he would have been there to pick up the bodies, which drove him to fight crime on his own. Unfortunately, Alfred at that point was well over the hill, even though he's still a badass in his own right. So him being
depends on the version you go with, though.
True. What I would see is maybe kind of an early style Batman Beyond, where the suit actually enhances physicality. So that would be my what if Alfred had turned become Batman instead. And that one came from Sun Wukong as well. Remen Wooten asked the question, would you consider writing a book? I asked you because you seem to have a good description of fight scenes, so maybe you could write and narrate anthology stories or something. Here's the thing. Me describing fight scenes well does not translate into a narration. Now, I've written stories for classes before, and I think you've written stories for classes before as well.
I've written some stories also just on my own.
Yeah, I've written a couple minor things here or there. Nothing serious, and I could already tell you they would not be book quality.
See, here's the thing.
And then I'd have to get a publicist and all that stuff.
Well, that's
well, you can do it on your own. I know that, yeah.
Like, one of the guys at a store that me and Brent often go to called Off the Wall Games. Plug. He published his own book.
Yep.
Like, he got all that published and everything. And, I mean, it's doable for, fairly reasonable. Yeah. But the issue is that I haven't written anything in forever. I don't think you've written anything since college.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've written anything.
So
we'd have to really brush up on our skills if we were ever to consider writing something.
If we were going to do it, we would have to do it kind of as a multiple author kind of
joint effort kind of thing.
And I get the feeling we're going to be relying on your girlfriend a lot.
Yeah, my girlfriend's currently in the middle of writing like a story with her friend off and on. So they're writing one part she wants. So that's what she's doing. It's the cool, if I'm getting that. No, excuse me. It's the Cole. Ask the question, what anime manga do you want to read that you haven't? Like I said, My Hero Academia is one that's big on my list right now. So I'm actually going to I'm going to pick up maybe the first issue of the manga tomorrow and start reading that. Because I know a lot of people ask me for what-ifs about My Hero Academia. And I just haven't. I've seen bits of it and I know enough about it to answer certain questions. But ultimately, with who wins, that's easy. I can just look up the character. But with the what-ifs, I need more input than that. So that My Hero Academia is the next one on the list for me.
See, that's the thing is, it's kind of difficult for anime for me, but there are two. Season 2 of One Punch Man. Because that is just an awesome series.
One Punch!
Then there is also, I forget the name of it, but it looks like it has the same director or art style or artist as Hellsing Ultimate. I was actually going to talk to you about this later on. I can't remember the name of it. I started episode 1 though, and it's kind of a cool premise.
What's the premise?
I'm interested to see where it goes. The premise is that a bunch of soldiers and warriors and everything all throughout history.
Oh, wind up in a fantasy world, right?
Suddenly,
like a medieval world. Okay, I know the series you're talking about. I just don't know the name of it.
Yeah,
I've seen bits for. I'm like, that's good.
It's on Hulu.
And you get some badass prince. I remember one. Oh well, like there's a scene later where some badass princess thinks he's hot shit, and then someone with a gun just comes in and is like, no.
Yeah, no, like, our main character is a Japanese soldier?
Something like that.
Something like that from, like, ancient Japan before it was unified fully. So,
all right. So, James Mock's Trailers asked the question. I have a question. What is it that got you into Versus and the What Ifs? And why so much Dragon Ball? LOL. So I guess you're joking with that. Because understand this. With the Versus and the What If series, first off, how many of us don't talk about who would win in the fight scenarios?
to be fair, back when we were in college, Brent and I, to pass time, insanely late at night because we would be up till like 3 or 4
back when we could do that.
We'd be wandering
I'm lucky if I
around,
can stay up to midnight now.
and we would just sit around and we would have these questions of like,
Who would win
all
the
right,
fight? Yeah.
if you got this person from the X-Men and this person from the Justice League, which one of them would win in this scenario? And we would sit around.
I think me and Ian once had like a Ghost Rider versus Hellboy debate. I think that was my second who would win ever. But yeah, who doesn't have those conversations? So basically, I'm like, they do versus matches on YouTube all the time. People love those. I'm like, and I love talking about it. Why not do it? And the what if? Who doesn't like talking hypothetical scenarios?
Also, at the time we were watching a lot of
Death Battle.
Yeah,
and I still do weekly Death Battles.
Who was the other one? There was another one where they did like live action stuff.
Oh, Bat in the Sun?
It might have been them.
Death Battle and Bat and Sun work together now, so they do live action Death Battles.
Were they the one that did
Batman versus Deadpool versus Joker? Deadpool versus Batman?
Deadpool versus.
Well, they did Deadpool versus Joker and Harley Quinn too. Domino and Deadpool. That was a fun one. Yeah, they were the ones who did that.
Yeah, I did see that one.
The Vader versus Batman one is awesome, especially the alternate ending. Because that's the alternate ending. Let's be honest, for any of us who've watched that one, that's how that would actually go down. Yeah, who doesn't like talking about like what if scenarios? Why so much Dragon Ball? Because so many people request it. You understand? I can do my own content off the top of my head, but a lot of the channel revolves around you guys giving me suggestions, and that's why I give you guys the shout-outs, because you give me the suggestions. I think it's only fair to give you the shout-outs, and it makes us kind of a community. So Luke Morris asks about 7 questions, and I'll try to go through these quick. What is your most favorite who would win that you did, and what's your most hated one who would win that you did? The favorite one I did right now probably is still the most current version of the Goku versus Superman debate, just because I love how people get so like nerd ragey over each side of the argument, and it's just my opinion, man. So
we're not starting this debate.
No, we're not starting this debate. Goku wins, by the way.
Motherfucker! Don't make me come over there.
Oh, hey, you want to throw down? You want to do the?
You see, what you don't realize here is I'm about 5 feet shorter than Brent. I'm just really close to the camera. Brent is like way back there.
But my most hated one, honestly, I don't have anyone I hated doing. But if it's the one that the feedback I got, I really disliked the most, not because I'm like angry at them, but more like I'm just really. It's probably either the John Wick versus Agent 47. Only because, again, it's my opinion. The way that people... It's just opinion, so whatever. If you think 47 won, fine. I thought John Wick would have won. But...
I remember we were having this conversation when you were making the video. And I kind of looked at you and I'm like,
It's hard. It's a tricky one. But I will lean towards John Wick. But the other one is the Sosuke Aizen from Bleach versus Madara Uchiha from Naruto. Just because I had one person, no joke, do about 5 different, at least, paragraphs of explanation of why I was wrong. And I'm just reading this like, okay, you're entitled to your opinion. But like, really? You really say, sorry, man, but you just got so much of this wrong. And I'm like, or you're just butthurt that I didn't agree with you. So, whatever. Number 2, what's your favorite cartoon character?
Batman.
Probably Batman, although Bugs Bunny's a close second.
I kind of like Daffy Duck.
And I love Daffy. Daffy gets the raw end of the deal, but that's kind of the joke. What's your favorite
villain? At times I feel as though that's kind of a great comparison for our relationship.
What is your favorite villain group in anime? And you can't say any group from Bleach. Well, that's not fair. Because there's like 3 or 4 different villain groups. Villain group from anime. Because there's a good portion of it. I mean, Millennium is a classic from Hellsing Ultimate.
Okay, look. That one's a cop-out because it's Nazis. Everyone
loves Nazis?
Hates Nazis.
But you're asking what's your favorite villain group? Villains you like to hate or hate there's got to be a likability to them.
Well,
okay, fine.
You like to hate them, so anytime Nazis show up, you're always like, oh, good.
See, the problem is a standard answer would be the Akatsuki from Naruto, and they were a cool group of villains. But after a while, they kind of just tapered off, and you just were left with Obito, and that was it.
I have to say for myself, and here's the problem, is I'm shit with names. But the group from Trigun that worked for Bash's brother.
Huh.
I can't remember their name. I think it was like Blackjack or something like that. They were cool.
I might also go Team Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Oh yeah, those guys.
Those guys. I mean, every team in Yu Yu Hakusho Dark Tournament could be qualified for this list.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask me which of my favorite ones, it'd either be Team Toguro or Team. Oh crap! I can't remember the name of the one that had Jin, the Irish guy who controlled the wind, basically, who just talked like this, talked like I haven't heard of it.
Oh, I remember.
Team. Oh god, I'm trying to remember. Or the team with Jin on it. Just the drunk. Were you Kai? He's like, crap, this bright out here. It just has a knife fight with Yusuke.
There were a couple others, but unfortunately, I'm just crapping.
Yeah, and I can't say this one's we can't do off the top of our head. Top 5 favorite anime series. That's just not one we can do off the top of our heads. I mean, Bleach for me is up there.
Trigun, Cowboy Bebop,
Dragon Ball Z,
Hellsing, Dragon Ball Z, G Gundam. I've
never been a Gundam fan, so that one doesn't make the list for you. Hakusho's on there for me. Rurouni Kenshin's a great one.
Swap out with Gundam for something else.
I said Gundam twice, I think.
No.
Did you? Oh no, you didn't. Guess I wasn't paying attention. Sorry.
Oh, there's another group for the last. Kill la Kill. I forgot I watched that one.
Oh, that's one. Oh, and Akame got killed. I remember that one too. The Jaegers from Akame got killed. I like them also. Though that did not end the way the manga ended, but that's because it was one of those series that was going way too fast and the manga was being way too slow.
Or
it's like
there were a shit ton of groups.
And like Black Cat. That was another one I really liked too.
I was a fan of Black Lagoon.
Black Lagoon's a good one too, yeah.
I just feel kind of sad because the show outpaced the manga.
Okay.
And I haven't seen any updates.
I really hate when the animes do that where I love it when the animes like try to be unique, but when you're outpacing the manga, it's like, why did you start when you realized you wouldn't be able to keep up? I mean, I don't know. That's why we didn't. Plus the rating shot. That's why we didn't get the final season of Bleach yet. There's rumors they may still do that, which I hope they do because that arc.
Well, that's also the reason why the first Hellsing animated series was so crap. Is they got to a certain point and the manga wasn't done, so they went.
Plus, I mean, I remember bits of it. The animation style was just so on that one. Whereas,
but I remember at the time
it was still decent. Yeah, I don't get me wrong. Okay, this is one for both of us. What is your most hated movie that you reviewed? See, the easy answer would be Norm of the North because we walked out on that one. See, we didn't. I mean, we technically reviewed that on the radio station, though.
Oh yeah, we did film.
Yeah, we weren't doing the channel at that time. So, if we're talking about what we did on the channel, again, Norm of the North is the cop-out answer because that's the only movie I've ever walked out on.
Yeah, but I feel as though part of the reason we did end up walking out
because we had
part of my tooth fell out.
Yeah, and we had other things to do at that night anyway. So, if I were to say what the most hated movie I've watched so far is, I'll be flat out honest. No joke. No hyperbole. It is not one of the 50 Shades movies, and I've sat through all 3 of those pieces of crap because at least I get some tits and stuff like that in there. No, for me, honestly, one of the most recent ones. I think it's honestly The Sun Is Also a Star. That movie is so up its own ass. So fucking constant, so hypocritical. I was mad watching it, but at the same time, I had so much fun ripping into it when I got out. So I'd say that's probably the most hated movie I've seen.
Did we do a review of Dragon Ball?
Not Evolution. No, we did not. We weren't even doing the channel at that, but we were still in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
I remember we saw it with Shanae at that point. I mean, what do you think would be the most hated one that you can, in most recent memory?
See, part of the problem is
You clearly don't see as much movies as I do.
I haven't seen a lot recently, and even then, putting like a specific one as I hated.
I'm trying to think of the movies we saw that
because there was something fairly.
I know we
recently
didn't like The Ring.
You were sitting
Or
there,
Rings.
and you're like, "Oh, I didn't think it was that bad." I'm like, "This is a pile of fucking shit."
What the hell was that?
I can't.
It wasn't
remember.
Hobbs and Shaw.
No.
I know we were a little differing opinions on that one, but it wasn't Hobbs and Shaw.
No.
I'm trying to think what movie we saw. It wasn't Aladdin. It wasn't Godzilla.
Oh no, we're talking much further back.
Much further back. What about March?
See, here's. That's part of the problem we're running.
Yeah. Fuck. Without having the list in front of me, and I could theoretically get it, but I'd have to get rid of the list. It's hard to say. Was it this year?
I don't remember. I feel as though we're spending.
I know. Yeah, I know. King Arthur: Legend of the Sword was one that we did not like.
Oh yeah,
that was one.
I'll choose that one.
You also asked, what is your favorite cartoon, Fight Club or Rumble? I couldn't answer that. I haven't watched one of those in a while. Sorry.
Wait, what were the names?
Cartoon Fight Club and Rewind Rumble Fight, which are kind of other versus videos, kind of like in the vein of Death Battle, but they're actually pretty good too. But I haven't watched any of those in a while, so I couldn't answer that.
Come across Cartoon Fight Club.
And what is your favorite horror? What are your favorite horror characters in movies? Are we talking the villain or just characters?
Wow.
That's a deep cut.
Hi, I'm Mr. Horror Movie. How are you?
He's Mr. Horror Movie. I'm Mr. Clean.
God.
Cool.
Well, does it say what?
Just says horror movie character. Doesn't say villain or otherwise.
Does it say plural?
Characters, yes.
Okay. So.
I'm trying to see where... Oh, yeah, we're going long on this, but whatever.
Yeah. I am a fan of... God. I like a lot of the slasher guys. I would say I'm a bit more for, like, Jason Voorhees. Of the stuff I've seen with Leatherface, I'm not the biggest.
I've never been a Texas Chainsaw guy myself.
Like the Nosferatu, Wolfman, you know, your classics. There aren't a lot of, like, ghost characters that I'm a huge fan of for, like...
See, I'm trying to think. They're mentioning horror movie characters. That doesn't necessarily mean, like, the villain or a supernatural element. That could just mean characters within the movie. And I know there have been horror movies where there have been some fun, just side characters.
Oh, yeah.
Like, technically speaking, I mean, it's horror comedy, but I'd say Ash from the Evil Dead ranks up there as one.
Oh, yeah. And Ashley, or, what's her name actually, Ashley?
Bruce Campbell's actual name is Ashley.
No, I mean the character from the remake.
I don't know.
Her.
Yeah. So that's one. I'd say old school Freddy Krueger's definitely up there. Once he got a little too jokey for me, I'm like, he's still fun, but
around the time when he's like, you forgot the power.
You forgot the power glove, bitch.
God.
Oh, you know what? The actor in the first two Wishmaster movies who played the Djinn, I thought he was really cool because because it was the same guy who played him in both the human form and the genie form.
Yeah.
And I just thought he had a really kind of menacing presence to him.
The father, like the preacher father in From Dusk Till Dawn.
As a matter of fact, George Clooney from Dusk Till Dawn. That's another good one.
All you need is white shirt right now.
Now, I don't want anyone to tell me that I don't believe in fucking vampires, because I don't believe in fucking vampires. But I believe my own fucking eyes, and I saw were fucking vampires. Oh, one of the best lines.
God. See, that's the problem is I just have I'm trying. It's one of those things where when you're put on the spot, you kind of sit there and go, "Oh wow, yeah,
yeah." But yeah, those I think would be our answers for right now. Demon Warlock, not Demon Warlock, but Demon Warlock. What if Naruto was on Rock Lee's team and was taught the 8 gates? I can't answer that. I already put that down for the what ifs. I tell you guys every time I do one of these, you give me a what if suggestion. I'm not going to answer it immediately on the channel. I'll answer it later down the road. But if you give me a versus question, I'll still do a video on it, but I'll give you a quick answer from there. What do you think? Okay, Egotistical Ghost asks a very old school viewer, by the way. I always appreciate it when you show up, Egotistical. What do you think makes Palpatine a memorable Star Wars villain?
I think that good portion of it is that Palpatine seems to be very heavily taken from a lot of that kind of old school kind of mythos almost. He almost kind of comes off as if you don't take gender into it, because Palpatine in the original 3 movies very easily could have been a woman. We barely saw a clip of him in Empire, and then he shows up in the final one, because there's a hologram moment from Empire. It's the kind of thing where he has a little bit of a witch kind of thing going on, where his face is disfigured and he has powers.
He's cackling.
He almost has a bit of that Nosferatu, old
decrepit. I'll do you one better. I think one of the reasons he's so memorable is because he's evil as F, and he loves being evil as F. There's not a moment that you don't see him enjoying what he's doing on screen.
He is such a bad guy that, we got established with Darth Vader. Early on, everyone's like, oh my god, Darth Vader is this horrifying bad guy.
And then you find out there's a guy this guy bows down to?
And
who the hell is this guy?
That just makes him so much more menacing.
The fact that he's just a decrepit guy, but then you just see him cackling against Yoda. Or he gives that... I love when he gives...
He also has, that...
He's got a sick charm to him. Yeah. He's got a sick, devilish... I just love when he gives those smiles to Anakin in the third one, just like that. You can tell Ian McDiarmid, and he's coming back for the... Somehow, someway, Palpatine's involved in Episode 9. That's revealed in the trailer, with that Palpatine cackle at the end there. And Ian McDiarmid himself came out during Star Wars Celebration when that trailer aired, and just went, roll it again, in the Palpatine voice. And the crowd lost it. So, look, however he's involved in Episode 9...
Is that the actor that played him originally?
Yep. Ian McDiarmid.
I'm surprised he's still alive.
Oh, I think he's only in his 60s. He does a lot of stage work. Shadow the Hedgehog asked, what if Naruto was adopted by Sasuke Stanley? Again, I will answer that in a future what if somewhere down the line, because a lot of people have asked that one. Kyle Rasmussen? I might get that name wrong, sorry. Question, what is your top 5 favorite wizards? Oh, God. That's something
I'll get to that in a second, but...
Carriot, I think, just texted us.
Oh,
I know she texted me.
I just wanted to see what you were trying to pronounce. Sorry if we mispronounced it.
Yeah, I can't really say... See, I got some... Top 5s are hard to do off the top of my head. But I'll say in no particular order. Gandalf's obviously on there.
Gandalf. Merlin from Excalibur.
That's a good one.
Merlin from
the miniseries with Sam Neill, I think. That'd be a good one. Wizards. I can't say there's anyone really in here. I'll be honest. There's
Tim.
Oh, yeah. Tim. No. He was an enchanter. He wasn't a wizard.
Fine.
Technicalities.
Merlin from Sword in the Stone.
Technically, could you do Merlin from Seven Deadly Sins?
I will slap you. God. Give me 1 second while I look. Movie case over here. No, I don't want them all to be Merlin.
I can't think of anyone from Harry Potter I'd really put on there.
Hagrid.
Hagrid's technically not a...
In the last movie, he is starting school.
Is he?
He is a wizard. Yes.
I never noticed that.
As far as I remember, yeah, Hagrid they accept him back in to teach him how to cast spells and such.
I was never aware. All right, Hagrid's on there for me then, yeah. I was never aware of that. See, I can't, it's hard to think of just movie wizards off the top of my head apart from like the obvious ones.
I have seen a lot of fantasy movies, so...
James Wheeler asks, please do What If Naruto wasn't a cheetah and had knights. I'll do that at some point.
I'm sorry, what if Naruto was a cheetah?
Uchiha, like Sasuke. Oh. Okay, Parker Smith, you asked 6 questions. We'll kind of blitz through these. Question 1. How strong do you think Etrigan is from the book? Wait a minute. No, Aragon. Sorry, Aragon the dragon is from the series. It's a dragon. Probably strong enough. Not that strong. So. The dragons are... No,
I'm sorry, man. Dragons from D&D are a lot stronger. That one seems more like just a flying reptile.
And they seem to be easily killed in that series.
Yeah.
If you could live in a fictional universe with all your current knowledge, basically, of that fictional universe, where would you go? See, here's the problem. Part of me would want to say Bleach, Naruto, Dragon Ball Z, but it's just me going there, so I would not want to be a part of those universes.
Here's the problem. Is that most of the universes I know a good amount about, I also know I don't want to fucking be there.
Exactly.
It would be awesome to go to the Warhammer 40k universe.
Fuck that.
But it's a horrifying dystopia.
Trying to think. Like Blade Runner is at least kind of okay for someone like it, but it's so crappy. You know what? You know what? Avatar. Avatar's not a bad world. Like Last Airbender Avatar.
I was gonna say The Rocketeer, mostly because I'm staring at the movie right now.
There you go. If you could permanently fuse with one fictional character using the Patara fusion, like so basically when they fought against Boo in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I remember that.
Patara earrings. Who would you choose? So any fictional character. So basically, our personalities merge, our knowledges merge, our abilities merge. Fuck. Again, you're really like I didn't have really time to like proofread these and get like give ideas or. You know what? Screw it. Saitama. I'd lose my hair, but god damn it, I'm a god among men in that universe.
Magnus the Red.
Ooh, there's a good one.
Oh. Followed by, maybe Perturabo?
Possibly I could go with a Marvel character. Maybe Batman. I'd have all that. I'd have the knowledge, the wealth. That's an easy one. All the angst. But it melds with my angst to make us less angsty. Angst plus angst equals less angst, as Angry Beaver's talking.
I'm angst man.
Let's see here. What if Jiraiya adopted Naruto? Kiba could stop. Okay, anyway, yeah, I've done the what if Jiraiya adopted Naruto thing. That one's closed out. Do you think Piccolo could use the multi-form technique, then use Namekian fusion with the clone to get stronger? No. It doesn't. That's not how that works. You need a separate individual for the fusion to happen. That's just a technique because what happens with the multi-form is you split your power. However, whatever the multiplication is.
I think it's possible.
But all he'd be doing is merging himself back to his body. So really, I don't think it works that way.
No. Here's my idea. Is the power is split between the two, right?
Yeah.
So one of them goes off and trains. The other one does some different training on the other side of the world.
But the thing is, that's assuming that the clone can increase its own strength. As far as we know, they've never indicated that.
We're getting into clone questions here.
Last but not least, would you rather have, or from this guy anyway, would you rather have infinite money or God-level luck? God-level luck because then I'll eventually get infinite money. Or at least enough money that I don't need to worry.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Either that or, we split 50-50. I'll take, God-level money. You get
It's infinite money, god level luck.
I'll take infinite money. You get god level luck. I'll send you to the casino and go out and do stuff.
There you go.
And I'll basically just fund you.
God level luck, you go to a casino, you're walking out with all the money you ever need in your life.
Between the two of us, we can make Batman.
Cutie Kitten 1. What if Evil Flash from CW adopted the Loser Club? Would they be good dads or no? That's a what if you've been asking. I'll do that at some point. No, they would not be good dads because they're evil. Okay, this one. Small X, large X, Alana, small X, large X, 19. Or if Naruto had a brother or sister, so he'll notice. I have no idea what you're asking with that. Sorry. Corin O'Keefe says, congratulations on reaching 3,000 subscribers. Thank you. Keep up the great work. What are your thoughts on the assassin Hit from Dragon Ball Super? You have not watched Dragon Ball Super, correct? You've watched bits and pieces, right?
I like French fried taters.
Hit's a good character overall.
Actually, I think I did come across it at some point.
Hit's a guy who can actually stop time briefly and move, and he skips time essentially. He's a time assassin, which is kind of cool.
Where do I know that character from?
It's Dragon Ball Super. He's purple looking. He looks kind of like Piccolo actually, but purple minus the antenna. Anyway, but yeah, I think he was a cool character. I think they could have used done a bit more with him, but he was a cool character.
Someone else might have done a character, same name and same gimmick.
Maybe.
Because it sounds eerily familiar.
Are you a fan of Steven Seagal as an actor or as a martial artist? No, and
I'm a fan of Steven Seagal,
the fat beat
as a troll.
Here's the problem.
I don't know if he is truly a terrible person. I know that he may have come out I feel as though, and don't take my word for it, I heard something fairly recently of something came out against him where he was doing some stuff and people weren't happy with him. As far as his movies go,
he's got some okay
ones. I kind
of
enjoy them because most of them are a little crap.
Mm-hmm. They're the fun crap.
Yeah.
As a martial artist, I'll say this. I know for a fact that he's the kind of martial artist who does know at least some martial arts, will also fight dirty. So he'll fight to win. He'll take a rock and hit you in the head with it. So, it's not martial arts, it's more street fighting.
I don't know if he can do a lot of that stuff anymore.
True, he's not in the best shape.
To quote
Family Guy is kind of done.
To quote some comedian, and I specifically forget who, but they're can you imagine Steven Seagal teaching a bunch of cops how to protect themselves? You can kick a burglar in the throat like that. Did you just kick a toddler in the face? Yeah, some people's throats are down there.
Have you ever heard the show known as Sons of Anarchy? If so, are you a fan? I've heard of it. I've never watched it.
I've heard of it. Part of the reason I never watched it was it kind of came out around the same time as stuff like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
A bunch of other shows like that.
I was busy watching House at the time.
I got to hear a bunch of stuff because one of my coworkers at the time was huge into it. But it was the kind of thing where I was like, eh.
Are you a fan of the band known as Foo Fighters? They're fine. They got some songs that are okay.
I like them. I just find it a very strange question.
Here's another one.
Are you a member of the
Are you
Foo
a fan
Fighters?
of Buffalo Chicken Wings? Why, yes I am.
Is this basically asking us to start eating buffalo chicken wings in front of the camera?
All I'm reminding you now is that college humor about your podcast will fail. Have you seen that?
Yes.
Your podcast will fail. Well, it's fun. It's it's not fun for me. Do you really think I want to sit around and listen to a bunch of people pick chicken fat out of their teeth and talk about a show that's over 10 years or 20 years old?
I was thinking Hot Ones.
So Demon Warlock asks again, what's your favorite anime? Depends on the day you ask me.
Cowboy Bebop.
That's a good one.
Though, that being said, are we going with anime series or anime movie?
Just as anime.
I would put it up there with either Cowboy Bebop or going a bit old school, Vampire Hunter D, the second one, just because I love that old school hand-drawn style animation.
I will say that it's for me, it's probably a tie somewhere between the old school Yu Yu Hakusho, like the entire series, because that series actually had like a beginning, a middle, and an end to it. And I liked Bleach a lot too. I think Bleach is, at least among the newer stuff, Bleach is one of my preferred. The One Punch Man is definitely one I'm a big fan of as well. Gold Rush Gaming 18S. What if Zabuzu adopted? I'm guessing you meant Zabuza. That's what I'm guessing you meant. That's a what if, so I'll get to it later.
Wait, 1 second.
See if you can see if that's someone legitimately. It's Zubooz.
Zubuzu.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Zubooz.
Drake Gavin asks,
I'm sorry. Before we move on, I'm going to take that as what if Pazuzu adopted Naruto. Will you see?
Naruto will just be sick. You might have stuck socks in hell.
Exactly. Naruto
Believe it!
Raised by an evil creation that is there merely to torment and trick mankind.
Drake
Also, why didn't I mention him as
him?
Anyway.
And Aku, the shape-shifting master of evil. Foolish samurai. And who cannot forget the Scotsman?
Anyway,
I digress. Drake Garvin, or we should really speed through these. You have a what if for me. Naruto's adopted by the third Hokage. I'll get to that at some point. That's on the list of things to get to. Brandon Gondek, what if Naruto ate the gum fruit, or basically the Gomu Gomu no Mi from One Piece? I'll get to that at some point. I'm Mr. Rev. Question, what era of Star Wars do you want to see movies made of? Old Republic. That's the one that a lot of people ask for in the Old Republic, or at least the back in that style. It doesn't have to be based off the games, but the Old Republic series.
See, I would like to see a bit more of movies made around some like actual full-on wars.
Yeah, like the Sith Jedi Wars and stuff like that. That'd be all. Well, that's what, like near Old Republic era.
Yeah.
Like see Darth Revan. I want to see Darth Revan get put to screen because Darth Revan was a badass.
Oh yeah.
Demon Warlock, what made you think to start a channel, a what if channel? Well, it's not a what if channel. It's just a channel that I do what ifs on. We started the channel just because it was something we wanted to do, and it's grown to this.
Also, we were no longer allowed on the radio as he graduated.
Yeah, and
I went to a different college.
Yeah, so we couldn't be on the radio anymore. CJM, I can't pronounce her last name correctly. It's Marugg. I think it's Marug or Marug. Marug. How do you choose people's suggestions when they're next on the list?
Random lottery.
Yeah, they wish. So what it is it's kind of a first come first serve order. I write down, when people give me suggestions, I write their name down in my notebook. I write the suggestions down, multiple suggestions because people give multiple suggestions, and when it's time, when I have to choose something, I go down the list of, okay, I've gone through all these people, who's next on the list, all right, and then if it's something that I know multiple people have asked for, I'll go through everyone who has asked for that suggestion, write them down, to make sure everyone gets a proper shout out. But because people give me suggestions at certain times, I want to try to be fair to everyone who's given me suggestions. So that's kind of how it goes about. Same for what if, same for who wins. James Wheeler also asked, sorry for asking you that then. I'm guessing it was a response to someone who responded. And Demon Warlock says, how common do you give shout-outs? Pretty much every video.
I give a shout-out to you, Demon Warlock.
Demon Warlock, we give a shout-out to you. So there you go. Pretty much every video. So long as it's something someone suggested. Native, or it might be Native. Native Safra asks, how long is the what if waiting list? I'd say it's as long as my arm, but if I took out every page of what ifs I had, it'd probably cover the entire wall in one row.
I'm going to say really quick, after this question, we'll take a brief pause, and when we get back, that'll be part 2. So look for that.
Well, we're almost done, I think.
Oh, really?
We're getting close anyway.
I don't know. I can't see
Well,
like the little scroll bar on the side of my phone.
Yeah, we're getting close, so we might as well just round it out.
All right, never mind.
Because these aren't all questions.
Because we're about to hit an hour.
Superboy 360 no scoper. Spelling mistake in the title. That's all I came here to do. I had corrected that when I saw you posted that. Screaming Death Irish Tom. Are you 40 years old? I am eternal. I have existed since time immemorial. I just take on the guise of a 29-year-old going on 30. So yeah, I'm 29 going on 30. Dream Warlock. Dream Warlock. I dream to be like you. That's very flattering. Thank you very much. Try not to encapsulate all my faults, though.
Demon Warlock.
Oh, Demon Warlock. Oh, I'm sorry. I've been saying it wrong. I thought it was Demon. Demon Warlock. Sorry about that. But yes.
Demon.
Why you become a YouTuber from Shadow Marshmallow?
We become YouTuber because
we be dope, yo.
We want to
we hip and fly with the kids and the youth.
Word.
We wanted to just expand our horizons and have fun doing it. God of Goats says congrats. Thank you, God of Goats. D-Mom Warlock, what's your favorite color? Mine's green. What's yours?
I like green.
Shadow Marshmallow. Why your friends does not come with you on YouTube?
Hi.
He says friends plural.
What?
Friends
I'm
plural.
so hurt.
To be fair, you're not on anywhere near as much as you could be. But yeah. Mark's here. Friend is here. Though other friends, my girlfriend is kind of camera shy. She doesn't really want to. She's YouTube shy. There's a difference. She doesn't.
She also does, like I do, some background stuff.
Dion Knight, you gave me a versus. I don't know who these characters are off the top of my head. Mina Tepes versus Cruel Tepes, so I don't know who those are. But that suggestion's on the list.
Tepes.
And all right, Rob.
Wait a second, that's Vlad Tepes.
Well, I got Mina versus Cruel Tepes right there. So these might be characters from an anime.
These are vampires.
Is it possible it's like Castlevania?
Mina, as in like
Mina
Harker.
Tepes? Look,
Tepes was Vlad.
Yeah.
Vlad the Impaler's last name. So, what is this from?
I have no idea.
I'm curious now. It might be Castlevania, but I'm not entirely sure.
Three remaining questions and we're done. Soulless Spartan says, what is your favorite horror movie? My top favorite horror movie? Because I'm not a big horror guy. That's the thing. I'm not a big horror guy. I like creature features, monster movies, the occasional slasher movie, I'm
trying to think of one that I keep going back to.
American Werewolf in London's a big one.
Oh yeah.
Might be my number one. Lost One's not bad.
I would say Blade technically counts as
Blade counts. I'd say that Blade 2 I actually think is better than the first one. It's just fun.
A little bit, yeah.
If you're talking about B horror movies, I love Tremors. The first Tremors and second Tremors are awesome in my mind. And again, like the Army of Darkness, Evil Dead movies, those are classics.
Would you say that Big Trouble in Little China is?
No.
Okay.
That's not. It's a B movie.
That's the thing,
but it's not a horror movie.
Well, I would hardly call it B.
Oh, it's a B movie. It's done in the B movie style.
See, but that's the thing is, it has some vague horror elements. I wouldn't consider it a horror movie, but I don't know if other people would.
Brandon Gondek, you asked for a what if Naruto had Ichigo's Hollow and joined Orochimaru, plus he would have 9 tails. I'll do a what if at that at some point. Gondek. And last but not least, the final one in the second Clockwork Highlander Q&A is what if Naruto was an ecchi anime or ecchi, which I believe is like not a harem,
I
but
think that's like cute
girls and that kind of stuff.
Is ecchi cute girls or cute boys?
I think it could be.
Wait, which one is? God.
I know.
What is the Breakfast Club thing?
Breakfast Club.
Not Breakfast Club. Fucking.
The one where it's like the zodiac signs and.
No, it's like the boys' club or.
Oh, like High School Boys Club or something like that.
Yeah, it was some weird.
I don't know if that's ecchi.
I remember.
As you can tell, this is not a genre we go into very often. If it was, it'd be probably drastically different. That's all I'll say.
Actually, wait. No, do you remember those brief snippets where Naruto would turn into the sexy girl?
Yeah.
It would be that.
All the time, every
whole
day.
time.
There's
the brief bit where you saw Naruto and Sasuke kiss.
That'd go in a lot harder. The yaoi fans in there. You're throwing a little yuri for the guys, a little yaoi for the girls. Everyone's happy. So that is the end of the most recent ClockWork Highlander Q&A. We're really gonna have to try to slim these down.
I hope you had fun.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.
Well, at some point, we're just gonna have to proofread.
Yeah.
And write out them in shorthand.
Yeah, and actually, like for the list questions, actually have a list.
Yeah, and what I'm thinking is one cut out repeat questions.
Repeat
and
questions.
Then next time,
the what if questions I'm gonna have to cut out. I can't keep doing that.
Slim it down a bit.
I mean, I don't have a problem with you like giving me the multiple questions or anything like that. That's not an issue. But
just limit it to maybe like 3 questions.
But yeah, 3 or 4. I'll even say 5 is a maximum. But again, guys, the what ifs. I told you, the what ifs are gonna have to or their own surveys. I can't do what ifs on a Q&A. Who would win? I can give you a brief answer, but you'll have to wait for a full video to get a real legitimate answer.
Yeah.
Because a couple of those what ifs kind of dragged us out a bit. And yeah, so we'll do our next one when we hit probably the 3,500 marker, which at the rate we're going, probably might be at the end of the month at the rate we're going. So yeah, double check where we are. I mean, I could have done that now that I think about it, but yeah, I think we're at
we're at 3,145.
Woo! So we may be
tune back in next week.
Yeah, next week. I doubt we'll be there that fast, but by the end of the month, I wouldn't be surprised because I'm doing videos every day this month.
Well, also the fact that now we're at the point where I think the algorithm kind of likes us.
Yeah, because every video I do, doesn't matter what I do, gets flagged by the algorithm. So I have to manually review it every time.
Well, let's hope this one doesn't.
Well, if it does, I'll get a manual review for it. I don't know how many people are going to watch an hour and 6-minute long Q&A of 40 questions where we go on tangents, but I'm guessing a couple of you will, and for those of you who do, God bless you.
Remember, like, comment,
share, subscribe.
Do that other thing.
Click that bell if you want notifications of when we're posting stuff. We're going to try to get live stream down at some point. So next time we do this, we'll live stream it.
Yeah, honestly, I was in the process of trying to set it up, and it was just taking a little too long, so we decided to do this instead.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, we'll also be able to get a little bit better camera quality.
Yeah. We're probably just going to have to pick a camera up.
Also, with the live streaming comes the whole thing of what I was going to do involving video games and all that. So we'll have to.
I don't know. At some point, if we ever do start making revenue on the channel, we might start considering super chats. So that way you can put your super chat in, get your question like in the front of the line, and we'll answer the question, your comments.
Well, super chat only works with live stream.
All right. Yeah. So but obviously, yeah. If we get the live stream going, and whenever we actually start legitimately have revenue and stuff like that, maybe we'll try that out.
Have you considered sending, these lovely viewers signed sexy pictures of yourself?
Well, I have heard people ask me for I said if you ever make merch, one of the shirts you have to make is back at the plot, because that's something I constantly say during the what ifs, because I sometimes go into a brief tangent, which I correct myself going anyway, back at the plot, and that's just become like a trademark for me now.
So now he's giving me this, which I wish he had mentioned before. I will start looking into how to get us merch.
Hey, if we can make merch and you want to buy the merch, we will sell you merch, folks. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see.
Nothing but trucker hats and socks.
I don't know if we're going to go see... I mean, it's gotten kind of late. We went way later on this than we meant to because we started so late.
What time is it?
Almost 9:30.
Ow. I'm kind of wondering where your girlfriend is.
She was going to meet us at the theater.
Yeah.
Anyway, so where was I gonna go with that? Oh, if we might go see Dora tonight. If not, I'll subject myself to that tomorrow for your enjoyment.
And on Tuesday?
Tuesday, we're going to try to do Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Try to remember what comes out this week. Crap. I know it was something that stood out, too. I got my app. Hold on. Seeing as we're here, we're just, at this point, we're just dragging out the video. But what comes out next week? It's bugging me. I know what comes out. Angry Birds 2. That's what comes out next week. I saw the first one. It was manageable at best. This one looks worse, so that'll be fun.
I'd be better off putting my head in my stove.
You'd probably get the same smell as a turkey cooking. It might look the same too. Actually, no. You know what? Sorry. Human meat is supposed to taste like pork, so it'd be more like a fresh pork loin.
I'm horrified by this.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.